Every bike that needs to get built gets done. Everybody's working at all times. And you know what? 10 years, this is the kind of stuff we've been dealing with.
He confronted his son about having a gun in his pocket. And he says rather than turn it over, his son opened fire on him.
I don't trust the younger generation in terms of values because I don't even think they know what it is that they value.
Older generations create problems that younger generations have to solve.
I feel as though there have been a lot of issues that we've had to kind of take on, such as the environment, such as a lot of wars that we had nothing to do with, yet we have to end up with like the repercussions.
No, I would agree. And I do think that's sort of true of every generation. You have to deal with the world that your parents gave you.
When you're young, you're not thinking, and everybody has made a bad choice. And because you're stressed out, you go change your gender. Because you want to try something new, once you do it, you can't go back. The more you throw stuff at kids before they develop, that's indoctrination.
Young people today are too sensitive.
The country has been spoiled for so long. They're trying to make it so a man can't be a man. And if you don't let men be men, then things start crumbling. Society crumbles, families crumble, and broken homes start happening.
Well, Gen Z is pissed at us boomers, and I can't say that I blame them. It's ridiculous. So those of you who say, well, back in 1980, I made $15 an hour and I bought a house. Adjusted for inflation, your $15 an hour that you made in 1980 would now be over $112,000 a year. A lot of people say, oh, the new generation doesn't want to work and they're lazy. No, that's not true. They're smart. They're smarter than us. They just don't want your crappy $15 an hour job.
We all have that one old neighbor or grandparent that always goes harshly with talking and always acts like they are right. We call them Boomer and Karen. Kelvin. These old people always bring up old attitudes that may be outdated at the time and force kids to learn them, thinking that it will be good for them. And sometimes they never accept their wrong and mistakes because they think living longer is more knowledge than everybody. So they can't be wrong, even when they are. This made young people, Gen Z, sometimes find it hard for them to spend time listening to old people, even when some advice from them can help their life. And some of they believe that the future is all dependent on them. So they can't be wrong. They have freedom to do what they want, even when it bad. How can both of them be wrong and right at same times? Keep watching for more answers. The largest difference was that they lived in two different eras, which made their mindset different. Some advice from old people could be good for your life if it is good, on the other hand it could be impossible to use, like, just working hard, you're gonna buy a house someday. And, you can be like me if you do it like what I did. Because back in time, where everything was simple and easy for life, you can get a house by work at retail shop. But nowadays when population is up and everything is getting expensive, you can't just do simple things in the past and expect to get some good reward after work, everything becoming more complex, and not only work hard. You have to learn and work smart in life. That means the kids' generation have to work more and face more challenges than the old boomer generation, while the young generation, usually lost in life without actual guidance, have to face inflation, debts, and overpopulation problems. And young students carry much more debts and less chance to have a successful amount of money in the world of high inflation. Many old generations just watch and complain about the young while sometimes ain't directly help them financially or motivate, just keep blaming the young for the downfall of the society. So it makes it hard for the old generation and young generation to get along together. They just live in different lifestyles with different mindset that each other can't stand with.
Well, Gen Z is pissed at us boomers, and I can't say that I blame them. There was an article that came out the other day that said you would have to have 5 minimum wage jobs to live in Austin, Texas to afford to rent there. It's ridiculous. So those of you who say, well, back in 1980, I made $15 an hour and I bought a house. Well, guess what? Adjusted for inflation, your $15 an hour that you made in 1980 would now be over $112,000 a year. Now, most young people I meet, they want to work. A lot of people say, oh, the new generation doesn't want to work and they're lazy. No, that's not true. They're smart. They're smarter than us. They just don't want your crappy $15 an hour job. I'm not here to give you any answers, but I'm just saying, I feel you. Gen Z.
Face hard problems they have to deal with in the world along with less chance of success. Many young generations just leave it to someone, or maybe just leave it to life to let it go on. Just like when you play some hard games with no guide. Many people just give up on it before it begins because it goes too hard for them, but if there is a guide, they can get better and slowly overcome the challenge. This was the same with life, letting kids know what they need to prepare for life, beside letting them have knowledge they may not need. This could help the problems where the kids get to know what they need to do for society. Because them kids' goal nowadays is just be a famous rapper, artist, or do everything for fame. Because it can give them a better life if they succeed. That really had a really hard impact on the future, where nobody wants to build up a better society, and just focus on social media for fame. It will make not only our IQ go lower, but the whole world may f*** over because of it. When young people not only lose direction, they are also surrounded by bad influences and face many more challenges that boomers don't have. And just talking about the Gen Z that actually want to work and want to do something for society. Because of overpopulation, many people come with fewer chances. A lot Gen Z have to fight to get chance to have the best success. When there are many people, the resource and benefit have to be shared well to each other. The one that can get the most have to do much work for it than older generations, in order to get same reward that older had. Because sometimes young have to carry problems that older did. Improve education by teaching kids something they really need for their life, and also give them rewards when they do good, like have them play sports, game, or use phones when done work completely. And let them know that our society needs their help and only them can build up for a better future by finding good jobs after school. Elementary is good to teach them about importance of behavior. Middle school is teaching about how fun and enjoy knowledge can be. And high school is where they should teach about things that can able to help us in life, like study on taxes, laws, and rights, and how to balance money to help themselves from debts and financial hardship. And show them good punishments only when they actually do something wrong, to show that they need to do what is actual rights, and make sure teachers and others won't abuse students by using laws to prevent violence. Only use force to teach. Punishments are not good, but required. With this, they may have a clear conversion with boomers, when they can understand both sides a little bit, because as I can see, Gen Z usually don't have good knowledge to have conversation with someone who may be smarter than them, and the older generation usually don't want to spend energy deeply to have conversation to someone may not smarter than them. So it is about understanding and coming along with each other. Nobody is perfect, but we may get close to perfection if we come and work together.